What's up, guys? My name's Clay, and this is my only regret in life. That right there is the first house I ever bought. I was 23 years old. I knew I wanted a big garage, so I bought a big garage. Now, I say it's my only regret because I owned that house for 3 years. I bought it right before COVID. Prices were ridiculously low. Just like anyone buying their first house, I could kind of barely afford it. Was sort of struggling to survive. With that being said, I had a lot of fun in the house. I pretty much partied for 3 years. Even though this channel is mostly about mini bikes, everything I did in that house was big. Was huge even. I always had people over, so I built 16-foot high bunk beds. I had a Friendsgiving with a 16-foot long picnic table. I had a limo on blades, a TDI on Jeep suspension. I pretty much did everything in that house. And I really sold it. It came down to money, obviously, like anything else in life. And I bought it for a certain price, and 3 years later, I ended up selling it for over double. In my head, I'm just a kid, and I'm like, oh man, this is never gonna happen again. I just doubled my money. What a wild thing, you know? People wait their whole life to make, you know, a couple $100,000. So I was like, hell yeah. Pulled the trigger, got the money, moved into an apartment for now. And it was alright. I had no regrets or anything. Everything was gravy, you know? Had money in the bank. I was like, fuck, this is living. Then we bought the North Carolina house. And again, no regrets. I'm like, hell yeah, I got to put a big chunk of change down as a down payment, a deposit of sorts. Which really helped with the monthly payment and all that stuff, you know what I mean? And it was cool. But then we moved back. And now I'm back in an apartment again while I'm looking for another house. Maybe land to build on, we'll see. And for once in my life, I'm actually regretting selling that property. For once in my life, I'm actually regretting anything, because I swear to God, I mean it when I say I have no regrets. But yeah, the house I just showed you, it's in this little town out in like north central Massachusetts. It's called Phillipston. It actually shares the zip code with Athol, which is just like an old school mill town. And I love the old mill town like aesthetic out in the western Mass, central Mass, northern Mass, that whole area. So I love the area. I'll probably always love the area. Right now I'm actually looking for a piece of land that's literally off this road to hopefully build the same thing. My thing is, like, although I regret it, I know I can recreate it. So that's kind of the next step. I'm looking for a piece of land, and then I'll scoop a building cash and probably put it up with some friends to the best of our ability. And hopefully have a LIP 2.0. So when I bought that building, it was built in 2006. I bought it in 2019. So it was like 12, 13 years old, something like that. So relatively new in my eyes. And the person that built it, they were going to make it a mechanic shop. Somehow the town didn't let that happen, so they ended up just using it as storage for like snowblower rentals and shit like that for years. So the place was really pretty much brand new when I moved in. It was pretty amazing. My goal was to make upstairs a little like efficiency apartment. It ended up being like 900 square feet upstairs or something like that. And I got about halfway done. I got it plumbed. I got it rough for electric. And you know, it was livable. I mean, I lived in it. My first year was brutal because I moved in. We got the most snow that year. We got like literally like 3.5 feet of snow. And I had no means of snow removal or anything. And at that point, I was literally showering outside. So I soldered up, my first solder job ever, I soldered up a quick outside shower. And I turned the water on, go shower outside, freeze my balls off, drain it, run back inside. And I did that for like a year and a half, and then I finally hit a plumber in there. Again, typical first-time homeowner stuff. Like, you don't have money, you don't have knowledge, you don't have anything, so it was fun. It was like I was living fucking in a shed. My only source of heat was a wood stove. I got this big homemade mild steel welded together wood stove, and it was great. It would pump ridiculous heat. It got to like 100 degrees in that shop, but the problem is, unlike a gas stove, the heat wouldn't hold. So it'd be like 100 degrees, we would literally sweat our balls off, and then later that night it would drop down to like 40s and we'd be frozen. Let's see, we can take this left and go to the back of it. So I haven't been here in 3 years. And I did drive by it earlier, and I gotta say, nothing has changed. So you can see that's the driveway. They did add AC, which is nice, but look at that shower stall. The thing's wrecked. But you can see the location's kind of cool. Back here, there's just a cul-de-sac. There's this guy that sells like used municipality cars. So he's got like old cop cars and vans and shit like that. So you'll always see him doing test rides out here and all that good stuff. But this is a cool little cul-de-sac. Very bumpy. You can see they have not done anything. It really blows my mind. There's even a pile of wood over there from my Friendsgiving. I had a bonfire and it never really lit. Wow. Very sad. So this thing's a 60 by 40 Morton building, which was cool because Morton buildings have ridiculous insulation. And then you got the pond over here. This would freeze and we'd go out on the mini bikes and stuff. This road was nice because it's kind of quiet. It does have that apple farm up the street that we just passed by, which now is even cooler. They did like hard ciders at the time. Now I believe they have a full bar. So they have a full bar, full kitchen. So it's like, damn, I'd be mini in there every day. Good spot. You can see this is Route 2. So it's right next to the highway. So I'm not gonna say it's like centrally located or anything, because it's certainly not, but it's cool because it's right next to the highway. Look how pretty these roads are, man. I'm slowly making my way to the town hall. Don't get me wrong, I'm not just here to be crying about a house that I sold a couple years ago. The whole reason I'm up here is I'm still registered to vote up here. So I just drove 2 fucking hours to come to the town hall to vote. So I figured, why not make a video? It was supposed to be 70 today. Instead it's like 50 and rainy, so not the best day to be riding, and I certainly didn't dress for it. Now, I wasn't even into mini bikes when I owned that house, which is a shame. I was a big jet ski guy at the time, which is cool. We had a lot of fun. But I think the options to ride mini bikes around here are incredible, because all the roads are like 30, 35. They're all like this. There's no traffic, no one behind me. Let's see if I can bang this curve. Oh yeah. A little over the mustard. But yeah, man, if we were into mini bikes back then, me and Danielle would be cruising everywhere. I'd have all the boys on the minis. That driveway was long enough just to practice on. Would have been pretty good. Would have been a good time. But again, I'm not just here to dwell. I just wanted to kind of show it off a little. All you young kids out there, maybe think twice before you sell your first home. Money's cool, but it's not everything. With that being said, I am determined to just build another bigger one. I'd like to do like an 80 by 120 or something like that. Like I mentioned, that was a 60 by 40, which was an okay size, but not really enough living space, to be honest with you. I'd like 60 by 40 to just be my living space. This is it, boys, the town hall. I'm actually early, so I'm gonna go rip a couple laps around. So this town's actually got like a population of 1,700, which is pretty small. I mean, where I was in North Carolina was like 1,200, and that was a tiny, tiny town. Alright, let's actually see where this piece of land is so we can check it out. Oh, this might be a whole different area than what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna go a different route. Look at no neighbors over there. Pond there. There is neighbors behind it, sadly, but and then this neighbor was just a cunt. During Friendsgiving, they like waited until like midnight to come over and yell at us. They had to pump themselves full of a little liquid courage before they could really come over and tell us to quiet down. Could you please quiet down? That's all we needed. That was kind of a factor in selling the house too. I was like, no one likes shitty neighbors. Fuck that place. There's the farm. Look at it, it's beautiful. Look at all the apple trees. Let's pop in here and take a look at the apples. You can see all the rows. So yeah, this is literally off the road that house is on. And I think if you just go to the end, we're gonna take a left like we just did a little bit ago. And apparently there's a piece of property down there for sale. Yeah, it says 1 mile away, take a left. Let's take a gander here. That's the left. Oh, it wraps back around. I took a right there. I pretty much learned how to ride a motorcycle on this road. I had a beatbox, like 80s. I think it was old 80s, like an 84 or something, Sportster. I bought it not running, fixed it up a little bit, and bombed it down this road. Probably in this weather. And that was like the first time I really rode a motorcycle. Oh, the memories. Let's bop down here. Let's see if we can wheelie this road. This road is super all over the place. I can feel it. Oh yeah. Shee-hoo. Honestly feels a little better than it looks. It looks very bad. I feel like this could be a jump right now. No? Not bad, not bad. Oh, we're into it now, boys. Good thing I'm on a nice, practical monkey. Look how nice. What's not to love? Alright, maybe I have 2 regrets in life. Selling the house and going down this road on a monkey. Look at that, we made it. It says the piece of land is here. It could be on the right side or left. I kind of feel like it's on the left. See if I can read the ad to make some more sense here. Something, 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 stone wall. Which must be this, no? Let's check it out on foot real quick. Look at that pretty monkey. Alright. So I do think that's it. Neighbors are kind of close, but it's like 8.5 acres, so I wonder how far back it goes. I have no idea where we are. Naturally. These are like legit walking trails. With like parking and a porta potty and everything. Very interesting. Now, one of the towns that actually abut like Phillipston and Athol is Royalston. And the town of Royalston is interesting. It borders New Hampshire. And something wild like 38% or like 45%, something crazy, almost 50% of the town of Royalston is actually conservation land, so they can never build on it. So you go to Royalston and it's like, oh man, it's just beautiful. You're just out in the country. Wow, this popped me up way back here. Can't believe we did some wheeling on this channel. On the good old monkey with street tires. Look at that, entering Phillipston, baby. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but through the woods, there was this guy that lived out of like a Volvo station wagon up here on the right. Beautiful lot. Oh yeah, you can see it. Look at, he's got like pulley systems to bring stuff up and shit. Look at, he fenced it in this time. Oh, he has stairs. Homie's balling now. It's crazy what changes in a couple of years. I don't think I've been up here since I sold the house, and that was very close to 3 years ago. It's like 2 years and 9 months right now or something like that, so not too much has changed, but certainly some stuff. Look at that. Good old Lipston Liquors and More. Ah, God, I miss him. Everything reminds me of him. The guy that owns that place is the man. He would bring in whatever you want him to bring in. Alright, gang. Before we go back to the town hall, I won't bore you with that video, but before we head back there, there's only one thing left to do. And that's this. I'll hear from you soon, sweetie. One more pass, guys. Look at her. But per usual, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Maybe like the video if you can relate. Drop a comment on something that you regret. But nonetheless, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time, and we're out.